Service learning is a powerful and important educational method that combines classroom teaching with experiential learning, community service and civic engagement, product creation, and ongoing reflection. Through community-driven service learning projects, students are able to link what they learn inside classrooms with real-world experiences outside the classrooms at the same time as they respond to the particular needs of local community organizations. This is particularly an important method in the field of public health.
I started, it was really a result of having seniors who were about to go into their internships in their spring semester participated in what we call the pre-practicum experience. And to make a long story short, we evaluated that to be not very successful for the students. So my evolution of this service learning addition to the curriculum really was based on what I perceived to be a problem. And the problem was the pre-practicum was not serving the needs of students in the program. So I began to sort of conceive this idea of an alternative. We didn't want students to spend more time in the classroom necessarily, but we were looking for an alternative so that students could get into the community and practice some of the skills and hone in on some of those skills that were critical to their entry-level careers as health educators. And the thing that differentiates service learning from something like an internship is that service learning projects are directly connected to an academic course, and the service learning community-based project is really meant to enhance the course content for which the service learning project has been embedded. So again, the students are providing service in the community while at the same time enrolled in a 3-credit course, learning the academic content of that course through experiences in the community. It's actually a win-win scenario for both the students as well as the community partner, who is often provided with what I would call a deliverable. You know, the student leaves something behind, whether that's a lesson plan, or that's a brochure, or a flyer, or a public service announcement. The student leaves that with the organization so that the organization can use it as they see fit.
In fact, service learning is viewed as such an important participatory method in education and service that is incorporated into the majority of courses within the Department of Community Health and Sustainability, as well as the School of Health and Environment at UMass Lowell. Service learning is also a required course during the student's senior year.
Steady hand. Freezing, steady hand.
My name is Karen Wakim, and I'm a community health education major at UMass Lowell. Well, the first service learning project that I did was with Intro to Health Education with Mansoureh Tajik. Very great professor, may I add. We did our first service learning there. We had to do a 10-hour project in which we had to go in the community anywhere and pick a project we wanted to do. I chose to do mine with the Community Health Education Club. I was the secretary for a little while, and I did some artwork to create the banner for the Family Day. That was my 10-hour project. The second service learning project that I did, I believe, was the one I just had this past month. We had to do 40 hours of community service, and I chose to work at Girls Inc. I spent 40 hours there teaching kids ages 6 to 10, I believe, and we were doing a lot of things about body image and healthy eating and different things like that. Here's one of the projects that we did at Girls Inc. Just little things like this, getting the kids to talk about their eating habits, talk about themselves, which is always what kids like to do. Here's if I were a fruit or vegetable, which one would I be and what would I be? And this person, I believe, drew a tomato and a carrot. Yep. And then there was another kid that did another thing. That was kind of funny. They figured they'd be everything. If they were to be a fruit and vegetable, they'd be grapes, they'd be an orange, they'd be a tomato. So yeah, just different activities like that. Gets the kids talking and thinking about healthy eating, thinking about their images. We did some things with the media, how the media portrays women to be very skinny, when in reality most women aren't that way. And just a lot of different things. Experience in the field. I wouldn't have really gotten the experience had I not had a service learning project. I would have just been doing my papers and readings and never actually been able to implement what I was doing. So that was probably the biggest thing, was just the experience. Also, like I said, patience. Working with children is always, you have to be patient, and it was a lot of fun, but it was challenging, and it was definitely I would definitely say I have definitely a better, clear idea of what I want to do. I've narrowed it down to fewer things in some areas, but in other cases I've broadened my horizons, and I figured there's just so many opportunities, and it's just I believe that service learning on your resume is a bigger thing than we might realize right now, because it just shows that you had that experience, and it also shows that you had devotion to what you were doing. I think employers will look at a service learning project and say, hey, you know, this person has done, you know, has some work experience and is able to you know, start off in the field with a little bit of experience here.